doing? This video is about the spiral roundabout that we have down in KINGSDITCH in Cheltenham. Now I'm making another video about this because it's a test route, but I'm also making this video because I know that lots of people in Cheltenham, if they're visiting or if they live here, they're a bit worried about the roundabout, and I just want to make a video about this so it's really clear and that the public have got it and they know how to do it. So in this video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be driving it. Now, like I said a minute ago, I've made loads of videos about this. I've made videos about spiral roundabouts. I've made videos about how it works. I've made videos about what the lines are called, whether they're called a guideline or a connector. I've drawn pictures of it. I've shown you everything about this roundabout already, and I've been very technical. But this video is me just driving it. It's literally just a driven video of me doing it. So I'm not going to be talking about why the lanes split or how the lanes split or what the lanes are called, because to be honest, I've done all that. If you want to look at those videos where I'm very technical and drawn pictures and told you everything, go and have a look at that. But this one is to the point, me driving, yeah, and just well, I'm not going to turn left actually. I'm not going to turn left. That's just such a waste of time. I'm not going to put a turn left on this video. Everybody knows how to turn left at a traffic light controlled roundabout. You mirror to the left, signals left and turn left, right? So I'm not going to be doing that. But I am going to be going straight on at the roundabout and I am going to be turning right. Now, the thing that I want to talk about mostly with this particular spiral roundabout in Cheltenham at KINGSDITCH is because it's a roundabout and because we live here, people in Cheltenham, or if you're visiting, it works like this, which is extremely handy. This is a hack, a proper hack, right? Whichever exit you're going to is the lane that you need. How cool is that? If you're turning left, you need the first lane. If you're going straight on, you need the second lane. If you're turning right, you need the third lane. If there's a fourth lane, there's the ability to do a U-turn as well. But if you're taking the left, first exit, first lane, straight on, second lane, because it's the second exit, turning right, third exit, third lane. How cool is that? I wish all roundabouts worked like that because that would be really, really cool. So this video is literally just zoning into that at this particular roundabout. Please don't put this into all roundabouts. It is only for the Cheltenham roundabout, all right? Spiral roundabouts, you need to follow the signs, but I just want to get to the point and just show you, if you're doing a driving test, this is a proper hack. Yeah, it's like we're cheating, all right? So have a look at this video. Okay, so Cheltenham hack number 1. I'm not doing any left turns in this video, like I said, so I'm going straight on, second exit. So straight on, second exit. In the end, I'm going to need the second lane because of the Cheltenham hack that I'm teaching you. It does not work on all spiral roundabouts. Please, 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 please remember that. Okay, this is just a hack for Cheltenham. If you're doing your driving test, it's very useful. Straight on, second exit. In the end, we'll need the second lane. So following the 12 o'clock theory, I'm using the left lane to go straight on to Tewkesbury. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the 12 o'clock theory, you're going to have to use my other video. Okay, this is not about this video now. Okay, so I'm in the left lane using the 12 o'clock theory and I'm all happy here. I'm going straight on. Yep, going down. Now, if I look at the sign on the left, I see that the green sign shows me that there's 4 lanes in total in the end. So that means that both of these lanes, the left one and the right lane, must split with a line down the middle, and that creates the 4 lanes. Now I can see from the green sign that the far left lane goes left and all the other ones enter the roundabout. So I'm going to be going into the second lane, which weirdly is still part of the first lane. Okay, I call it the cheese string method. I have made a video about how this split happens and why it happens and blah, blah. Please watch my other video for that. But I'm going to be choosing the right side of the left lane, which puts me into lane 2. I'm now following the lane line on the right, which is called a guideline. I'm going to be then entering the roundabout and following the line on the right, which is a small dot called a connector. And then it will connect me again where the white car is in front of me to another guideline. Guys, I know that might sound confusing if you haven't watched my other videos, but go and watch it. So far I've been in lane 1, which was the left lane. Then it split, so I'm now in lane 2. And now I'm following the guideline and the connectors down to lane 1 again. So it's the 1-2-1 method. I'm reassured by road markings on the floor at all times. Tewkesbury there. Now I'm just going to add this little bit of people doing their test in Cheltenham. So this is a sped up video about where you would go on your test just for a couple of seconds. I just want to include this. So guys, I must press that this is a Cheltenham hack only. I'm using numbers 121, and this is just literally to give people who are doing their driving test here something to hang on to so they know how to do this roundabout with ease, okay? If you're on your test, you're turning right here, and then the 12 o'clock theory at this roundabout does not work, so I wanted to include this. The left lane only goes left to Sainsbury's because of the amount of people that would be going there. The right hand lane is now technically for straight on and turning right, and I'm using this to do a U-turn. All right, guys, I just wanted to include that. Okay, so this is a possible test route that you can get. The other one was a test route as well, by the way. Now we're having a look at the 3-2-1 method. So we're going to turn right at the roundabout, third exit to Swindon Village. So I'm going to safely move over with mirror signal and blind spot at the right time. I'm going to use my asking signal, or as my student says, the begging signal, which is so cool. And I'm using the 3-2-1 method. So if somebody's doing their test here in Cheltenham, they can hang on to the 3-2-1 method, which is really cool. So I'm approaching in the right-hand lane. Now, we've already been in the left lane. Remember, a minute ago, we just looked at the video. So we've been the red car already. But this time, we're doing the 3-2-1 method because we're turning right. So both lanes have split, which we already discussed earlier. So the left lane splits, the right lane splits. So there's a possible 4 lanes on approach. But I'm going to be using lane 3 because it's the first lane that turns right, okay? I have made another video about this, so this may sound all confusing. You better watch my other video where I've drawn this roundabout and I've been very, very technical about it, and I've explained all the lines, okay? But I'm in lane 3 to turn right. Please look at my other video if you don't know why I'm not in the 4th lane. So I'm following the lane on the right, and now I'm following the dot on the floor with the connectors there, and then the line on the floor tells me that I'm okay in this lane to turn right because it says I can go straight and right in this lane. So I'm following the lane line on the right. I'm following the lane line on the right. So I've gone 3 to 2, which was middle, and I'm following the lane line on the right. I'm following the lane line on the right. And now I'm entering lane 1, where I'm reassured for the first time that I'm going to Swindon Village in this lane, which is what the examiner wanted. And it didn't favour Swindon Village to begin with, by the way. It favoured Tewkesbury on the floor markings, and that's because it was the primary route. Primary route being the main route to towns and cities. If you don't know what I've spoken about, please look at my primary route video. But primary routes are big places like big towns and cities, and it's on a green sign. So here I would go mirror signal to left. Oh, by the way, if you're doing your test here in Cheltenham, you must signal right at the roundabout there because that lane goes straight on and right. If you don't signal to the right on your driving test to turn to that exit, you're going to fail, guys. All right. So this is the other way. We could do it. We're coming up from exactly the same way. And I want to show you the overtaking lane method. Okay, the 4-3-2 method. I don't really suggest that you do this on your driving test because at the end it gets just a bit fiddly and it's unnecessary. Using the 4-3-2 method to go to the same exit that you've literally just watched but from the overtaking lane is possible on your driving test, and you won't fail if you do it, but you may pick up a minor if nobody was in the normal lane, lane 3, to do this. So to turn right at this roundabout, there's 2 lanes that are available. So you can use lane 3 to turn right, which is kind of the normal lane where you don't overtake anything. And lane 4 is the overtaking lane to be able to go to the same exit, and you're going to be able to see that all playing out. At this roundabout, the left lane goes left. The second lane, which we've already used, goes straight on. The third lane also goes straight on but overtaking. The third lane that I've just spoken about also turns right, but the non-overtaking lane. And the 4th lane is the overtaking lane to turn right, and that's what I'm showing you right now. This is the 4-3-2 method. You can pass for this on your driving test, but I do recommend that you use lane 3. It's much easier to follow the lines, and you can get to McDonald's this way. It's very important that we know how to do the 3-2-1 method because then we can go and get our burger, right? 4-3-2 is going to be harder for you to get your burger because it's harder to get over to the left. Anyway, right, moving swiftly on. We're going to be using lane 4 to turn right. So you can use lane 3. I strongly recommend lane 3, but here we go. Like, here's the 4-3-2. So we're in 4 and we're following the lane line on the left. We follow the connector, which is the small dot on the floor. We follow the connector. It says Swindon Village on the floor because it is helping us to know that we can go that way. We're following the lane line on the left. This is where we have to stick to the line, stick to the line, stick to the line like an octopus, stick to the line. Don't come away from it. Stick to the line, stick to the line. Allow it to put you into the middle lane. So we've gone 4, 3, and now we're in 2 because we've stuck to the line, stuck to the line. It says Swindon Village on the floor there as well. Guys have made very detailed videos about why you need to follow the lane line on the left and then swap to the lane line on the right. If you don't understand, please go and look at it.
I'm now following the lane line on the right slightly, and then I'm going to come out on the overtaking lane. See, overtaking lane, you can pass for this on your driving test, but you've got this fiddly bit now. We've got to get back to the left before we go to the safe store, which is definitely not our location on driving test. So mirror signal to the left with the begging signal or the asking signal, and gently come in. So see that bit's a bit fiddly at the end? I'd rather you not do that on your driving test, just because there's just another thing that you could fail for. Let's just stay away from that. Do the 3-2-1 method, guys. 3-2-1 is easier to remember, all right? Just do the 3-2-1 method. Ignore lane 4. Call it the Porsche lane. We don't use the Porsche lane. That's for the fast cars, the Teslas, the Porsches. We'll do that when we buy one of those, okay? This is another test route here. We're going to do another 1-2-1 method, approaching it from McDonald's being on the right this time. Okay, this is a test route. This is a really common one to go wrong. We're going straight on, second exit. So the 12 o'clock theory suggests that we need to be on the left. So we're going to Gloucester, keep to the left, keep to the left. Selecting lane 1, keep to the left, keep to the left. It's very important that you keep to the left and you don't feel that the 3 lanes that I've just spoken about have developed because of the McDonald's turn. This is where it goes wrong for people if they're doing the 1-2-1 method. They think that where the blue car is actually the second lane, it's for the actual roundabout itself, because they think that the McDonald's turn is the lane 3. It's not, guys. Just stay here in this lane, because this lane is about to split, okay? My mouth hasn't been able to talk enough. We've gone past the sign which told us about all the signs. Just rewind the video and have a look at that. But we're in lane 1. Now, the movement to lane 2, because we're going straight on second exit, we need the second lane in the end because we're doing the second exit. After this yellow box, you just keep to the white line and it will casually, with the mirrors, just put you into lane 2. Remember, we're just following whichever exit number you're taking is the lane number you need in the end. So you casually go after the yellow box into the middle lane. See, we're allowed to go straight on. We're now having the guideline on the right. We follow the big fat line. We've gone 1, 2, and in a minute we're going to go back to 1 because the lines are going to put us there. Okay. So as we came up to the roundabout, we used the 12 o'clock theory, okay? So that meant that we were in the left lane. Don't get confused that McDonald's has created the other lane. Stay to the left until the left lane splits after the yellow box. There is a sign with the arrows on that I was talking too much for you to see it, but when you rewind it, you'll see the white sign with all the arrows on to tell you that there was 3 lanes, okay? So now we've gone from the left lane. When it's split after the yellow box, we're now in the middle lane. Outside the door on the right, we've got the guideline, which is the big fat line. When I enter the roundabout, it's a dot on the floor, which is called a connector. I sometimes call it the usher because when you go to a cinema or a theatre, the usher looks at your ticket and goes, come with me, let me show you where to go. So follow the little dot on the floor called the usher or the connector. Make sure you use it to go down and then you've connected to another guideline now. Use this to exit the roundabout, mirrors to the left, signal to the left. 1-2-1 method. So that was left lane, middle lane, left lane, 1-2-1, like marching, 1-2-1. Yeah, as you come down. That's a test route, guys. That's probably the one that goes wrong the most, okay? Okay, guys, so this is the same approach again. So this is other possibilities on your test. This is a test route. So we are coming up to the roundabout again from the same direction. So you're literally watching the same approach that you've just watched a second ago, but we're going to be doing the same exit from the overtaking lane. So I'm including this because this is a test route, and sometimes if people have not correctly chosen the lane, that this is another possibility that you could do to get to the same exit and still pass your test. So I really want to put this out there that don't worry, if you've chosen the wrong lane, you're still in with a chance, yeah, to go to the same exit. Guys, if you're in the wrong lane, just go the wrong way correctly on your driving test. I've made whole videos about how the examiner's cool with that, as long as you do go the correct way for the road markings, on the road, okay? Please don't worry about it too much. But this is how you can still get to the same exit when you're coming up ahead. And this can sometimes happen. So as you go straight on, we've just done this a minute ago, straight on second exit to Gloucester, okay? Now, normally you'd be in the left lane for the 12 o'clock theory and you'd let the left lane split, and then you'd go in the middle lane for the 2-1 method. So you'd go 1-2-1 because you'd start 1, then you'd go 2, then you'd go 1. But sometimes people use this lane because they incorrectly position at the beginning. The sign's on the left, see? The one I missed earlier, sorry about that. So anyway, so let's just say you've chosen this lane, okay? Because you're like, Roz said use the second lane, Roz said use the second lane, which I do and I stand by. But here, the lane on your right here, that's for Mackie's. That's got nothing to do with the roundabout. This is where it gets confusing. That is the Mackie's turn, okay? So if you're in the left lane now, like the black car, after the yellow box, that's when the lane splits, okay? The left lane is the lane that makes the two lanes. It's the cheese string method. Go and have a look at the video that I stupidly called the cheese string method. If you have a cheese string and break it, it makes two pieces at the top, right? That happens in the left lane. After the yellow box, you go in the middle lane. However, if you have chosen this lane by mistake, don't worry about it. But as you go forward, you're going to be in lane 3 instead of lane 2. And I don't want you to panic because you're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. You still can go straight on from an overtaking position, which is cool. I've had people pass for this, so please don't worry. So as you go down, you're going to notice that you're in lane 3 and you may be kicking yourself now going, damn it, I'm not in lane 2 when Roz said so. But on the floor it says Gloucester, so don't worry, we're cool. We can still go there. We're just in the overtaking lane. So you're going to follow the lane line on the left, which was the guideline. Now it's the connector. See the usher on the left, the little dot. Follow it like glue, stick to it like glue. Don't come away from it. Allow it to spiral you into the middle lane. Follow its design. Now that we're in the middle lane, we can still go to Gloucester. Be reassured that you can still go to Gloucester in the overtaking lane. It's all good. And then we're going to go straight on here in the second lane again. So that was the 3-2-2 method because you were in the overtaking lane. We're all good. In the last video, we were in the left lane, weren't we, just then? But now I've just shown you how to do it correctly from the overtaking lane. I don't really suggest this on your driving test because you've got this fiddly little bit where you have to go back to the left afterwards, which can just be another stress and something else that you can fail for. I do suggest the 1-2-1 method, the marching technique, 1-2-1. I do suggest that, okay, guys, so then you don't have to do this fiddly bit at the end. But we're not doing anything wrong because there is 2 lanes to go to that exit, guys, okay? Because it's a massive roundabout, you know, there's multiple lanes to go to multiple places, and sometimes it doubles up. So it's cool, we can use it. If somebody's not in the non-overtaking lane, you're going to get a minor for it though, okay? So try hard to like do the 1-2-1 method if you can. Okay, right, this is 3-2-1. Okay, so the 3-2-1 method. If you're ever turning right at the McDonald's roundabout, it is always going to be 3-2-1. Always. It doesn't matter which side you're coming up. I'm coming up from this side at the moment, right? But I could be coming from any of the other exits. If I want to turn right at the McDonald's roundabout, it is 3-2-1. There's only 3 lanes on approach to this roundabout in all of the areas, in all of the sides, apart from the one that comes down from Cheltenham, which has 4 lanes, which I've already shown you. I suggest that you just leave lane 4 to the Porsches and the Teslas at the moment as a learner, right? I wouldn't bother with it. Just stick with 3-2-1. So if there's a possible 4, just be like, I'll leave that when I've bought my Porsche. Yeah. So just stick with the 3-2-1. It's just easier to remember. 3-2-1. I'm turning right. So on approach to this side of the roundabout, there is only 3 lanes and I'm turning right. So yes, I need to be in the far right lane because there's not 4. There's not an overtaking lane. So I am going to be on the far right because I'm doing 3-2-1 to turn right at the roundabout. Okay. So I've really zoned in on this on other videos and why you're doing all of this, okay? But this is just to show you the 3-2-1 method, all right? So I'm in 3, and this is the only lane on this approach that turns right. No of the other lanes turn right, okay? The left lane goes left, the middle lane goes straight, and this lane can go straight and it can turn right. Actually, it doubles up, right? But we're not going straight on to the overtaking lane. We're turning right. Anyway, so we're turning right. We've got our signal on and we've got our guideline on the left. Okay, so waiting for the lights to change. So we're going to be following the guideline on the left and the connector on the left, the usher on the left. So we're following the guideline. We're in lane 3. Follow the usher and the connector. Follow it like glue, let it spiral to you to the middle. Now that you're in the middle, follow the line on the right, That was 3-2, and now we're following the line on the right to go to lane 1. So that was 3-2-1. We did a swap of lane lines. If you watch my other video, I've got this stupid little way of remembering it, like the left lane line is like your mum and dad, and then halfway through life, you follow the line on the right, which is like your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or your... Stupid stuff, right? Go and have a look at the other video to go and have a learn how to swap lines like that. But we followed the line on the left and then we followed the line on the right when we were in the middle lane. So it's the 3-2-1 method. We started 3, we went to 2, which was middle, and then we went down to 1. That's how you turn right at the roundabout. Let's do another 3-2-1. So So safely, I'm allowed to cross that line if I can come back safely into that gap. If I couldn't fit in that gap, I wouldn't be able to. So I'm approaching this roundabout from a completely different direction, but I'm just going to show you how 3, 2, 1 works again. I'm turning right at this roundabout. So I'm in 3, follow the line on left, follow the line on left. There's my connector, follow it, let it get me spiraled into the middle. Now I'm in 2, now I'm following the line on the right, following the line on the right, following the line on the right. So again, that was the 3, 2, 1 method because I'm turning right at the McDonald's roundabout, guys. It's always, forevermore, 3, 2, 1 to turn right at the McDonald's roundabout. This is your magic answer of making you a legend at the McDonald's roundabout. Okay. All right. So we're now approaching the roundabout to go to Swindon Village. This is not a test route, but we are going to be going straight on. Now, the reason why I need to include this is because this doesn't follow the 12 o'clock theory. Okay. This is not on your driving test, but we're still doing the 2-1 technique, but you just approach slightly differently because of the road markings. So you're going straight on second exit. So we know that in the end we need the second lane, but the signs suggest that we need to be in this lane because the 12 o'clock theory is not functioning here. Look at the road markings. To go straight on, it's been designed that we need to be in this lane, and this lane is the one that splits. So don't worry, it still works that whichever exit number you're taking is the lane number you need. So eventually I am going to be in the second lane, but because the 12 o'clock theory didn't function here, I had to be in the right-hand lane to begin with. And it is really well marked, right? You saw it on the sign, you saw it on the road markings. We know we're going straight on, so it's all good. But the right lane is the one that splits, okay? So this lane is the one that splits, and now we've got the 3 lanes, okay? So now I am now in the middle lane, and now I'm thinking, yeah, cool, I now connect to the lane line on the right. I'm reassured by road markings all the time because it's got my destination on it. I'm going to Swindon Village, right, which is all reassuring. I've made loads of videos about how to follow the lines, how to follow the road markings. Remember, this video is way less technical than any of that stuff, yeah? But you use the road markings to be reassured. Please don't just rely on a sat-nav. You will get it wrong. Sat-nav's absolutely diabolically bad. It's not going to help you. You must read the road markings. It must say your destination on the floor. You must be following the lines. Just like in the other videos that I've said, please take some time to go and watch them if you don't know what I'm talking about. So we're in lane 2. So we're now going to fix to the guideline on the right. And we're going to follow the connector down. We're going to follow the connector down. And we're now going to get connected to a guideline. So we went from 2 to 1, okay? And then we're following that line and we come out, all right? If you're still finding the road markings confusing and why I'm passing them, you really need to go and watch the other videos, guys, so you can see everybody has a connector that comes in, okay? Now, you can go straight on from the 3rd lane here. So I'm just going to repeat this video, but I'm going to talk about it from a different perspective. We're going straight on, second exit, and you're going to see that I do exactly the same thing. But you are allowed to use lane 3 on the far right to take the overtaking lane to go straight on, because the 3rd lane on approach to this goes straight on overtaking or turns right with the 3, 2, 1 method. So I'm going to choose the middle lane to go straight on, but I could, let's just say there was a red car next to me in the other lane. So we are in this lane with the silver car, but let's just say there was a red car. You're going to have to imagine this with me, okay? So let's just imagine that there was a red car on the right. The silver car and us and the red car can go to the same exit because the red car on the far right, which we're imagining, can go straight on overtaking to the same destination. Because we're lucky enough to be in a left or a middle lane, we follow the line on the right, which I've said in my other videos. We follow the lane line on the right, but the imaginary red car doesn't have a line on the right. He has to follow the line on the left, okay? So the silver car and us, we follow the lane line on the right, and the imagined red car also follows the line that we're following, but on the left. Imaginary red car would be going down into the middle lane now, and then he would then be coming out on the overtaking lane. So we would still have the red car on our right now to exit, and the red car's not making any mistakes or anything. He's just doing it from the overtaking lane. So the red car would now be on the right, and now he's just got that fiddly little bit of coming back in. I just wanted to include that. Okay, let's just do another 3, 2, 1 here. So turning right at the roundabout, and guess what? We're doing the 3, 2, 1 method because that's how you turn right at the McDonald's roundabout. Yay! We know what the secret is. We're part of the secret gang. We know 3, 2, 1. So we're going to be using the far right lane with our signal. We follow the guideline on the left. We follow the connector and the usher down into the middle lane. Yeah, and then when we're in the middle lane, lane 2, we follow the lane line on the right. And then we follow the lane line on the right all the way round to lane 1, where the bike is 3, 2, 1. And then we go mirrors to the left, signal to the left, and we come out. So you've got that lane line swap. Yeah, so you follow the lane line on the left. And then when it puts you in the middle lane, because it spirals you beautifully, you then follow the lane line on the right. All right, guys. Here's another 1-2-1 method. So I'm going to go straight on at the roundabout. So in the end, I know I need to go straight on second exit. So in the end, I know I need to be in the second lane because that's the McDonald's theory. But I need to be following the 12 o'clock theory to begin with. So I'm in the left lane. And then when the left lane splits, then I choose the right side of the left lane. See how I'm just gently and casually going into the middle lane here with my good mirror checks, just so I'm not going to hit anything. So I'm actually still in the left lane, weirdly, but I'm just on the right side of the left lane because the left lane split. That's the 12 o'clock theory, okay? So I'm in the middle lane. I'm lucky enough to be in the left or middle lane, so I'm following the line on the right. So there's my guideline on the right, and I'm following the little connector and the usher on the right, letting it guide me down into lane 1. So that's the 1-2-1 method to go straight on. 1-2-1. All right, guys. So I really hope this information has helped you today. So this is a test route. So as you can see from the video that I've just made, if it is a test route, then I've put it at the bottom, possible test route. And then there's troubleshooting bits where if you've chosen the wrong lane, don't worry about it. You still possibly could get to the correct lane. If you have chosen a lane that really doesn't go to the exit that you're taking, just go the wrong way, right? So sometimes my student will select the left lane because they want to go straight on, and then they don't go to the middle lane. They stay fully left, but that's a left turn only, yeah? So if that's the case, the student will, well, they absolutely must turn left. We cannot go straight on from the far, far left lane if it's only designed to go left. All right, guys? So that's the kind of thing that you really, really must just be like, oh, I'm really sorry. Just say to the examiner, I'm so sorry, I've chosen the wrong lane. I better go the wrong way for safety reasons. They want you to do that, guys. If you are in the wrong lane, the examiner's stress levels are going to go up secretly because he's going to be like, do I need to go for the wheel? Do I need to go for the brake? So he's literally going to be like, I hope this student is the type of student who is confident enough to just go the wrong way. He wants you to turn round to him and say, I'm really sorry, I've chosen the wrong lane, so I am going to go the wrong way for safety reasons. Then his stress levels will reduce. He'll be like, thank goodness, this student knows what they're doing. For you, they've got control of this, yeah? You don't want the examiner to be like, oh my gosh, I'm really worried, I'm going to have to go for the brake and stuff. Just reassure him, just go, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong lane, I'm going to go the wrong way, okay? So guys, if you're a learner, I really hope this has helped you for your driving test. I hope that all these examples have really helped you. If you're a normal driver in Cheltenham, I hope this has helped you too. All right, guys? Hope it's helped, and I'll see you on the next one.